Oh my god. I'm already on episode 19, guys. Holy shit. Well, fortunately, today is the last day of the African Kingdoms campaign. That is right. And then we will just have the Rise of the Rajas. Rajas. There we go. So today we are playing Yodit. The beautiful princess Yodit has a promising future as the Aksamuti court. I've probably butchered the shit out of that, like everything else in this series. But when her jealous nephew accuses her of theft, Yodit is forced to flee her home country. Witness how exile shaped this fallen princess into a mighty queen. For centuries, the story of Yodit's vengeance would invoke fear in the hearts of all Ethiopians. Chapter 1, Path of Exile.
Aksum, the heart of our empire. The cradle of Ethiopian civilization and culture since antiquity. Even so, every time our caravan stops here to sell its wares and acquire necessities for the village, the city seems less grand. More roofs need thatching, less shops are open, and even the shouts of the hawkers are ever so slightly less audible. My son Daniel doesn't notice, of course. For his 12th birthday, I promised that he could travel with the yearly caravan and see Aksum for himself. Ever since we entered the city, the boy has stared in awe at every building. The city is indeed a marvelous sight for a country lad living in the northern highlands. As we passed a temple, Daniel abruptly stopped. "Father," he whispered, his eyes fixed on the golden curtains. "Have you ever seen such a treasure? Why does nobody guard it? Are they not afraid of thieves?" I could not help but smile before replying. "Why hire strong arms when even the queen dares not take them, my son?" A deep frown creased Daniel's brow. "Don't you lie to me, father. Surely a queen can do whatever she wishes." The boy apparently did not know the story of his ruler yet. That needed to change. "Sit down, son," I responded, directing Daniel to the stairs of the temple. 40 years ago, when our queen Yodit was but a princess, she discovered the very reason why those curtains do not need any guards. The boy sat down, leaning close to hear the beginning of what was sure to be a truly wondrous story. Yodit was truly beautiful. Every lord in the empire contended for her hand, much to the displeasure of Gidajan, her nephew and the heir to the throne. Gidajan devised a plan to be rid of her, and the night he stole the golden curtains and hid them in her room. When the palace guard discovered the treasure, she was locked in the deepest cells. Daniel gasped loudly, but quickly covered his mouth and urged me to go on. Luckily, there were some who refused to believe the accusations. One loyal captain, named Samuel, helped her escape through a secret tunnel. As long as she stayed in the Aksumite Empire, Yodit would never be safe from Prince Gidajan. Her journey had merely begun.
And so we begin our adventure. Yodit must survive, escape from Gidajan's grasp.
It won't be long before Gidajan finds out about your escape. We
Aye.
have to depart these lands immediately.
Yes. We must leave. We must fight these two.
Don't worry, there are only a few enemy guards. I will deal with them swiftly.
That was close.
Our village whose inhabitants are still loyal to you. From there, we can arrange our plans.
But there's lions. Tigers and bears. Oh my. Yeah, well, that was pretty easy to kill that lion. Tell you what.
Of 3 possible escape routes. Each of them is being guarded by an encampment loyal to Gidajan. We must choose our opponents wisely.
And thus my renaissance must begin. So what am I doing now? Bring Yodit to one of the 3 marked spots in the camp in order for her to escape. Okay, well, who do I have as enemies? Oh, it's already a party, huh? Smacking around my soda. My sody can. God, they need to get shit done around here. How do you turn this on? Oops. Cut. Paste. 2. And here we go again, cheating. It's not cheating if it's in the game. Super secret special codes. Okay, what we got here? We have one ally, huh? Fantastic. Here comes another. Just blast these guys into smithereens in 5 seconds. Yeah, just burn that all on the ground. Perfect. See, look at that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just like that. Just like that. We'll run over here.
In need of our powerful rams? Pay us 500
no,
gold.
I'm not.
They are yours.
I'm not in need. Thank you, though, for your offer, I guess. Not really. I don't really care. Oh, what do we got here? Little outpost. Oh, we got all these guys. Just catch up to them. Murder the fuck out of them. What else we got around here? Got like this odd little coastal area. Plus where all these cavalrymen are. Perfect. Just mass destruction. Camp in the forest. Oh, oh. So much for being a very good camp, huh? Just death everywhere. Massacres. Somebody had this power to just spawn units. This would have been a dangerous power. There's that. Go over there. Murder everything over there. These guys don't have much in the way of anything. I mean, nobody really does, but then again, if you were to play this legit, there's not, you know, too many resources on the map, let's be honest. Oh, well, Red just retired. Just kill everybody on the map. Easy. See? Fort by the river. You just have a fort by the mountain. Right here. Just let them go in and massacre everything. Plain, simple, efficient. Easy. Just move up. Burn and destroy everything in sight. Who the fuck is left? It's just these guys? in order to tame their rams. I'm okay. I just have to make it over there. Great, perfect. And just send you guys over there. Speed walk, whatever you have to do to get over there in one piece. So I just obliterated everything. Everybody dead? Yep. Cool. Makes it easy. Oh shit.
Our princess has escaped.
Ooh, barely. Where the fuck those guys come from? They just kind of sat there. I just missed them at some point, I guess. It's close.
Daniel laughed with joy. I knew Yodit would escape Prince Gitajan. After a few seconds, his face became more serious. But how did she become queen if she left Ethiopia, father? He finally asked. Indeed, a good question, Daniel, but we must be going, I responded while lifting him up. The sun is already descending. We still need to visit the market. Mother will not be pleased if we return to the village without a gift for her. If you help me find one, I will tell you how Yodit fared in exile. That promise put the smile back on the lad's face.
Heyo, we didn't cheat. What is everyone talking about? Chapter 2, the right button.
Despite the late hour, the market of Aksum was still crowded. Vendors shouted from several wooden stalls, describing their goods. Bolts of silk from the Far East, olibanum, incense from Arabia, bracelets made from Egyptian glass, our own Ethiopian ivory. Products from all over the world have been exchanged in the city since ancient times. At every stall, Daniel was enthralled by some exotic item he had never seen before. Not a very good situation to start bargaining, but I could not spoil his mood just to save a few coins. In the end, we settled on some beautiful golden earrings for Mother. She had always liked jewelry. Father, Daniel asked me just after the purchase, you promised to tell me the story of Yodit's exile once we bought a present for Mother. So there we were, sitting on some low wall next to a shop. I was tired from browsing all of the stalls, but a man should keep his word, especially to his son. Sighing, I began. Yodit traveled north for many years, searching for someone who could help her seek revenge for the humiliation she had suffered at the hands of Gitajan. Eventually, when making camp near the border of Egypt, a princess heard a rumor that perhaps presented the opportunity she had been awaiting. The Syrian prince, Zenobis, was traveling the region looking for a suitable bride. But how could she, an exiled princess, convince such a powerful man?
'Cause she's hot. What? What? By ruling everybody. Being Dom. What's happening?
The Syrian prince Anubis is passing through this region. It would be wise if you were to build yourself a reputation, and so you might impress him.
could construct some fortifications to protect us, we would be most grateful. Our ports are terrorized by endless swarms of pirates. Destroy their docks, and you will have our eternal gratitude.
My daughter, again, let me get my radars on. Please rescue her and bring her back here.
The Nobantians are our worst enemies. Sack their city of Kasari, and you will have our respect.
These shields are some war markers. If you wish to earn our respect, you will have to destroy them.
Are fools to oppose us. You will pay for your insolence.
tribute that we cannot pay. Advance to their monastery. In your day.
Have I not been talking this whole time? Really? Did I do it again? Did I do it again? I haven't been talking this whole time. Beha tribes out of there. Very cool, thank you. And we'll just, goodbye. Okay, so what do we got going on over here? Let's just kill everything. Something, somewhere. Do I get rid of these raiders? What are any of my objectives? To protect them from enemy raids. Find 2 relics. So they just keep coming from wherever. Pretty much, it seems like. Yeah, 1700. Should have plenty of stuff. Wow, very cool. I'm just gonna blow up these raiders in 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Torpedo 5.
Pirates destroyed. Our trading vessels will be safe to cross the Red
shit.
Sea. Many thanks, my friend.
Oh. No. Oh, I didn't mean pirates. I meant raiders. Four, 5, 6, 7. Thank God, get rid of those annoying ass raiders. Sorry, cheating here. Sorry, I'm not really sorry at all. Well, I did it, I killed everyone. Enemy victory. Legit.
Of course, Zenobis was impressed by Yodit's achievements.
Just massacred
He went
everyone.
looking for this
Mass
famous
genocide.
princess and asked her to marry him. I concluded. Smiling broadly, Daniel responded. Queen Yodit is truly a strong woman, father. But how did she... I quickly raised my hand to stop him. No, son. No more questions now. It will soon be dark. We need to return to the inn. A meal will do us both much good. Daniel looked disappointed. My, the boy was fond of this story. Perhaps I'll tell you about one of her great victories before going to bed. I conceded before leaving the market.
Mass genocide. Yay. Okay, this time though, when I speed it up, I have to look at the fucking mic settings. My god. Chapter 3, A Fallen Crown.
The trade mission in Aksum was quite successful. I sold all of my grain and bought some casks of wine, olive oil, and spices. Those goods would be sure to fetch a good price at home. Perhaps I will even be able to afford another cow. The door opened with a loud creak as Daniel returned from checking on the camels. I looked up from the accounts and rubbed my eyes, tired from reading by the light of a single candle. Everything all right with the camels? I said to greet the boy. He only nodded, so I continued. Perhaps we should go to bed. The caravan will leave early tomorrow. We have a long way back home. Daniel barely suppressed a yawn before answering. I am not really tired, father, but since you said you would tell a bedtime story about Yodit, I might as well go to sleep early. The room was decent and clean, but small. There was only one bed for both of us, as renting 2 rooms in the city would have been expensive. I took my shirt off and lay down next to Daniel before resuming the story. After marrying Prince Zenobis, Yodit had to be patient for her vengeance. Her husband had to become king and build a larger army if they ever were to defeat the mighty Aksumite Empire. The boy suppressed another yawn, but then turned his head to listen closely. 5 years had passed since Zenobis had taken the throne when Yodit learned that the Aksumite king, Dagnajan, was planning a military expedition to the east. If she could send an elite force to ambush and kill Dagnajan, the Aksumite Empire would be severely crippled. A daring but promising plan.
Oh, we're going on an assassination mission. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this time I have to check on the fucking everything.
You are the soldiers of the
Okay.
Aksumite Empire?
Great.
Thank God. We have no place to go. Could you be a sort of kind to help us?
I build right here. And now I kill everybody. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Still have my mic. The Ethiopians. What? Yeah, my allies? Are you fucking crazy?
This is the pass the Dagnajan's army will come through. We warned the Daginda, but they are poorly equipped. We'd better not let Dagnajan's army come this far.
Noted, I guess. Well, just go over here.
Our spies report that in 1 hour and 15 minutes, Dagnajan's army will be on the move. It's much faster than we expected, so we must hurry.
As much as you can before it's move. You have 1 hour. Okay. I can do that. Just obliterate it all from the map.
are getting close to Dugnudgeon's main base of operation. It would be unwise to attack it.
Nah, let's attack it.
I've spotted a large army of the Aksumite heading west. They must not reach the western pass.
The king of Aksum is dead. Without its leader, the empire will soon...
That was fast. Just barge right in and murder him.
When the news of Dagnajon's death reached the city of Aksum, both of his sons tried to seize the throne for themselves.
Nice.
A civil war broke out, and the once so mighty empire began to crumble. Of course, Yodit. A soft snoring drew my attention to Daniel. The lad was already sleeping.
Ah, put him right to bed. Aha. Chapter 4. Broken stele? Is that what that says?
Outside the northern gate, the camels groaned, irritated by the traders mounting the animals to begin the long journey back to the Ethiopian highlands. Daniel was already in the saddle, keeping a firm hand on the reins to avoid the camel from wandering off. He looked eager to return home. Drivers urged their animals forward with loud shouts and cracking whips. Slowly, the long-stretched caravan began to move. As I took my place next to my son, the sun slowly began to rise above the hills. Not far from the gate, we passed a field of great stele.
Stele.
Some stood tall, reaching for the sky, but most lay toppled, their pieces scattered over the ground. "Father," Daniel asked, looking up at the towering stele, "when we entered the city, you told me that these stones marked the graves of ancient kings. Do you think Dagnajon is buried here as well?" I shook my head while answering. "No, my son. Those kings are long dead. Christian kings never used stele to mark their burial place. Besides, the body of Dagnajon was never recovered. His 2 sons were far too busy trying to slay each other." "So you told me last night," Daniel replied, suddenly remembering yesterday's story. "A perfect opportunity for Yodit to strike. Oh, father, tell me all about it." I shifted my weight to sit more comfortably in the saddle before beginning. While the Aksumite Empire was divided in civil war between the brothers, Yodit ordered a fleet to be built. An invading force would cross the Red Sea and strike hard at Massawa, the most important harbor of the empire.
Ooh, land attack. Not my strength. Not my strength, indeed.
We are approaching Massawa.
Oh.
Let us seize this land for your deed.
Well. Well, that makes that easy. Okay. Well, let's just pop right into it. You have to at least have 15. What's a cheat, they say? So that they say, hey, I cheat indeed.
We will fight for Yodit once you have visited all the other tribes.
You have to visit other tribes? Shit, man. What tribes you guys got? Oh, gold. Thank you. Don't really need it. So thank you regardless. It's down here.
holy temple was destroyed by Gita-Jan. We will join you so that we can have our revenge.
Well, just go right over here. Yeah, just kill, pillage, murder. Everybody, everything. That's fine. This is all A-okay. Yep. Murder everything. Someone's in that castle. Get them out of there. Just regular people. Well, fortunately, they're all gonna die. And this is how they all die, right? That boat's like, I want to go over there, but I don't want to die. Okay. What else I got around here? What else have I missed? Okay. So I'll tribe over here. Yep. Let's get that out of the way.
And Queen Lodit has made a bargain with the local tribes. Use these
No,
men
I
as your
think
base.
that's GG. Yeah, I don't really need. They're already dead. So. Yeah. What's next?
This land is now ours.
Yep.
Let us. We've raised Masuwa. The road to Aksum now lies.
Although
GG.
Gita-Jan had managed to kill his brother and take the throne in the meantime, he had also lost the north to Yodit. Soon she would advance to the capital for the final battle. Daniel whistled through his teeth as I finished. "That must have been an exciting time to be alive, Father!" he exclaimed in admiration. Before I could dispel his youthful naivete about warfare, shouts arose from the front of the caravan to stop for the night. Had I actually spoken for the entire day?
Yeah, it's a good way to pass the day, you know? Some good old stories. Chapter 5. Welcome home.
The caravan had stopped at the top of a hill after a long day of traveling. The setting sun cast an orange light on the city of Aksum in the valley below. Some merchants sat around the campfire, sharing wineskins and roasting a goat. Others were already pitching their tents. Up here, the nights could be very cold. "It's strange how the city looks so small from above, as if I could pick it up with one hand," Daniel remarked. Lost in my thoughts, I had not heard the boy return from watering and feeding our camels. "Wait until you get back home, son, for our village will look smaller still," I replied, smiling. "Come, let us join the campfire and have some dinner. I am starving." Daniel had just finished his portion of goat. "Father, would you finally tell me how Yodit became queen of Aksum?" he requested. Wiping some grease from my chin, I began to protest. Before I could finish, however, Tariku, an old, lean merchant with white hair, stood up. He stared fiercely at Daniel with his one eye.
So, you want to hear about our good queen, lad?
He asked in his leathery voice. All of the men around the fire were silent, and Daniel shifted nervously beside me. I gave his hand a squeeze to comfort him. Tariku fought against Yodit's troops in Aksum, I whispered to my son. Daniel could only nod to the one-eyed man.
30 years ago,
Tariku began solemnly.
I was patrolling the northern hills of Aksum when suddenly I saw a sea of banners in the distance. The sun reflected upon rows of armored men. Yodit had finally arrived to destroy the cradle of Ethiopian civilization. I shivered, for her fury was legendary.
That's what happens when you do shit like this, man. I'm telling you. You banish her. Build a sizable army considering of 35 military units. Oh, that's it.
Let us take back this city for Queen Yodit!
Is this the end for our heroes? Oh my god.
We have gathered a sizable army. Now use these elite petards to break through their barricades.
Yeah, how about I don't? How about I just do this my way? Just take all their resources until they have nothing left. Yes. Let's see. Allies. Got some rebels, huh?
To break through their barricades.
More shit.
Another elite petard has arrived.
I don't need it. Especially if they're just gonna be shooting up everything like this. Slowly but surely.
A monk has arrived to heal the wounded.
Right.
Another elite petard has arrived.
Okay, well, what else we got right here, huh?
Another elite petard has arrived.
Let's just gather all these gentlemen together. What's even happening? What am I doing? There's just too much shit.
Another elite petard has arrived.
Well, I'd say they stood a chance, but they don't. Ooh, Trebuse. Say? Interesting.
Another elite battalion has arrived.
They just keep giving me more and more people. Huh. It's just a massacre. We still have more than I do, so. Castle, huh? Oh, look at that. Look at what we got there. Just sit in this little defensive zone. Let them just waste everything they got. I mean, they don't got much, in all honesty. They don't got much. Until they run out of everything. I was gonna say, I don't want shit like that right there. Just show that right there. See how they just like, you know, like a simple five of those sitting in there. See how they like it. They ever make it there? Which they might have never made it there, I guess. Sure. Oh, I can tell you, I don't know where they got stuck. Well, rest in pieces. Castle's gonna go bye-bye. That'll be it. Aha! I did it.
I saw how Gita-chan finally fell, his body covered with blood. He was wrong to kill his brother, yes, but he was the rightful heir to the throne.
Tariku was almost shouting, his body shaking with anger. After some silence, he continued in a soft voice.
I tried to defend my homeland from disaster and lost my eye for it. A small price for such an honor. Now you remember this well, boy.
He implored, looking directly at Daniel.
Yodit's rise to the throne was not some glorious adventure. It was a bloody mess.
The old man leaned back, sighing. Glancing at my son, I noticed that he suddenly seemed older than he had this morning. Nobody dared to whisper another word.
Well, you know, it's just a byproduct of what they did to her, so. And that was episode of Yodit. Then we will do The Rise of the Raja, the final DLC. Hopefully, I will see you all in the next episode.